Friends, here we are implementing a simple shell script for backup. And this concept is useful for Linux admins, middleware admins, and database admins. Just assume that I am running a website on web server. And whenever if you run any website, it will create some logs like access logs, login logs, something like that. Now I want to take a backup for them. For that, I am writing a shell script. Now before implementing your shell script, let me show you where the logs are storing for my website. So in my case, this is the location where logs are storing for my website. In your case, it may be different. You have to point out that first. Now these are the log files. For these files, I need to take a backup. So instead of taking individually for each and every file backup, I will take a backup for this directory. Right now, so this is your source. So from this location, you have to take a backup. Then where you want to store your backup files. So let's just assume that. And one more thing, this is root access files. Let me switch into root first. Now I am root. So somewhere I have some backups directory. So this is the location where I want to take my backups. So in your case, this location also may be changed. Based on your requirement, you have to create the location for your backups. Now let me implement a shell script. See, I am implementing a shell script. That shell script you can implement anywhere. Now let me implement in this way. My website backup .sh. Let me write the very first line as user bin bash. So if you want to write some comments, who is the author, what is the purpose of this script, you can write the comments. Just I am writing only author. You can write the purpose of your script also. Then before implementing your shell script, you have to know what is your source and where you want to store, that is destination. Now let me take a source. I am taking source as a variable. In that I am storing the path where my logs are storing. Then destination. Let me take destination as, you can take any variable names. I am taking simply these are the variable names. That's it. Now if you want to take a backup, you can use either simply copy command or you can use some tar command. So here I am taking tar command to zip the files. Let me show you simple tar command. So this is the syntax for your tar command. So these are the options and destination and source. Source is simply our HTML directory. Destination, inside of your backups, that is the directory. Inside of that you have to create your backup file with some name, something like that. Right now see, I am taking tar. Your options here, v just for verbose. So if you include v in your tar command, it will display while zipping your files, it will display what are the files it is taking. So simply you can skip the -v option or you can keep that. Then destination. See, our destination is there in the variable called det. Let me write. You can take anything. Just I am taking that. Destination. Inside that you need to create with some name. Now I am creating with some name called my website backup, mywebsite.com, backup.tar.gz. Then what is the source? That is your source. See, our source is there in the variable called src. I have given that. Let me save it. Let me give the execution permissions for that. See your code. Very simple. Now I am running that. So backup is done. Now you can verify just by navigating into that backups directory. Yes, there is a backup. Now we have a small problem with your shell script. So in case if there is no directory called backups location, see your destination is nothing but backups, right? If this directory is not there, then your shell script will fail. Now let me remove that directory and we will run our shell script. It's getting failed. That's the reason you have to take care for that inside of your shell script. See, what I am doing is I am using test condition existence-e is your destination is already there. If it is there, then it will get success. If it is success, I don't want to create that. If it is not success, if it will fail, I need to make that directory. To make your directory, you have a command, but you have to club with logical OR. Why logical OR? Why not logical AND means? If this is not there, if directory is not there, then this will get failed. If it will fail, then only I want to run some other command to create your directory. If it is success, I want to skip the command which is there here. First, let me write a command. Make directory, whatever the destination you have inside that. If your first command is failed, the meaning for that is there is no destination. Then only I want to run this command. That's why you have to club your two commands with logical OR. If I take logical AND, if it will fail, it will skip. That's why I'm not taking logical AND to club these two commands. That's it. Now let me save it. First, see that there is no backups directory. See, there is no backup directory here. Now I am running our shell script. Now see the content. There is a backup directory has been created and your backup has been taken inside of that. So if this directory, if this destination directory is not there, so we are creating. If it is not there, then only we are creating it. That's it. Fine. And one more problem is there. Suppose we have taken a backup yesterday by using this shell script. Now today also I want to take a backup. Then you will run simply. Now see the backups. Then what about your yesterday backups? Today we have taken a backup and yesterday also we have taken a backup. Then what about your yesterday backup? This is your latest backup. So the reason why your old backup is deleting, for that the reason is whenever you are taking a backup today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, you are using same name. That's why your old backup is overriding. Now whenever if you are taking a backup, please include some timestamp so that the backup file name will be changed every day. So how we can create a file with some timestamp? Very simple. See, we know date command. In your date command, we have some special syntax. Based on our requirement, we can display particular value from your date output. November. Then space I am giving percentile. See that? Date. Then space percentile year. Then I am including one more thing called hours, minutes, seconds. If you want, you can include. But in case if you are taking backup every day, no need to include hours, minutes and seconds. In case if you want, you can take options. See the result. But whenever if you are creating a directory, you should not create a directory name by including spaces. That's why what I am doing here. See, simply I am replacing that spaces with underscores. That's it. Now see the result. Now this command output I will store into one variable, or directly you can include that in your variable name itself. Just for your clarity, I will take first a variable. Everyday timestamp. Just that is my variable. Everyday timestamp for backup. Then I am storing into this our date command output by including these options. And while creating your file name, somewhere I will include this timestamp. So how can we include? Simply here underscore backup dollar your everyday timestamp for backup. That's it. So for better clarity, just I am using curly braces so that up to that is a variable. That's it. Now let me save it. So before running our shell script, see what are the backups are there in your file. Now I am running our shell script. It has taken a backup. See the content. With the timestamp, your backup is creating. So what are the options you need in timestamps? Based on that, you just modify your date command. Again, I am running. Now see the content. So if you run your shell script any number of times, each time it will create new backup. That's it. So this is the simple logic to create a backup based on timestamp. That's fine. Now, here we are running manually our shell script to take a backup every day. But in case if you have a requirement such that every day if you need a backup for your logs file, no need to run manually your shell script. Just create a cron job such that cron job will run automatically based on the time which we scheduled in that cron job. So how to schedule a cron job to run our shell script based on particular time? So that we'll discuss in our further sessions. We have separate concept for cron jobs scheduling with the help of a cron tab. Okay. Thank you.